Right, hello everyone, welcome back to OBF1. First off, apologies, there was no stream last week. We had some issues. Sounds about right, doesn't it? Funny. Right, yeah, but we are now underway for round 18, I want to say. We are just about to get underway. People are ready and up. At this point, I'm gonna say that's fine. Right, let's ready up. Right, so we will be underway for round 18 at Japan. Last week, apparently Team Red's here. I didn't see him join. Right, so I didn't see that happen. Right, let me just quickly change Team Red status to here then. Right, so yeah, last time round, just waiting for the qualifying session to start. There we go. Oh, he did. Oh, fair play. He did actually join. Right, let me get the stream and put it in the Discord. Copy link, close, commentator streams. Send now. There we go. Right, so as we're waiting for, well, as we're not no longer waiting for, everyone seems to be coming out at the exact same time. No quali bands to serve tonight either, so that's not too bad. Who's the first car out on track? It is Jason. Why can't I? Right, so is that just the camera, or? I do not want to be stuck in this camera, please. Game, thanks. Right, we'll deal with it. So Jason, first one out on a lap. ERS light flashing, obviously, because they're all out on their out laps. We are at Japan. Last round we couldn't stream. Well, we could, but I couldn't stream because of a little bit of a mishap with the electricity. James Ney won it around Singapore. to extend his championship lead, and I think mathematically, if I'm correct, James Ney can secure the championship tonight if he wins. That's if I am correct. I may not be, but I think my maths is right. So we're gonna stick with Seddon. We're gonna go on board with Seddon as he does his first fly on lap, and it's a long run down to turn 1. It's a very difficult turn 1 and 2. It's very hard to get the line right, but Seddon does a great job. Could have done a little bit better. Could have kept it at the apex on turn 2. A little bit slow through these S sections, but obviously these are just banker laps. Don't really want to worry too much. We have got a dry qualifying session. It's not raining just yet. Let's hope it stays dry for maybe a good race. Obviously setting a purple sector 1, obviously the first one to set a lap. He's going to be the first one to set a purple sector 1 around the tight hairpin. Very difficult corner to get right and get the fastest line out. Very difficult on grip as well as we come down to the spoon corners. Brake late. He stays in 6th and then shifts down to 5th late. Interesting choice. Down to 3rd, try and get the rotation into the car through that corner there, and stick to the left until you want to get to this part of the track, and be on the right. Flat out through 130R as we get a yellow flag in sector 2. That's probably just a slow moving car. Great line through the final couple of corners there. Sen's gonna cross the line with a 131.2. Great lap to start us off with. Who's next across the line? Gensarino, 131. James Ney then with a 139. Is great lap times from tier 1, but obviously James Ney wants to secure that title tonight. Can he do it? It's up to him. Who else have we got? CDM on an out lap. Kevin Budd gonna cross the line with a 141. It's a pretty slow lap there for Kevin. Hopefully he can improve his time. Truck Fireman, obviously a reserve driver, setting a purple sector 2 time, I think that was. Is he about to stick this on? Oh, how's that purple? It's on 130. What? I'm confused. I don't know what's just happened. Right, we got CDM starting his lap. Let's stick on board with him. Doesn't take an optimal line to try and get the fastest, the fastest line out of the corner for as much speed down the straight as possible, but we move into turn 1, misses the apex slightly, misses the apex massively into turn 2. Now into the start the S section, very tricky to lose it on these curves. CDM looking a lot quicker than Seddon through here. Oh, he has the back end slide as he touches the curb, and the back end's gone on CDM. And CDM is facing the wrong way.
Just wanted to say that in leaving the league.
Well, you've already left. Seddon has left the session. Everything okay at home, Seddon? I think that's a disconnection. Obviously, disconnections can join back because they were already in. Let's find out. Right, let's have a look. Back to the qualifying.
Give anyone my seat. I don't care anymore.
Right, okay. Truck Fireman is currently sitting in 6th. CDM not able to set a lap. Hawkpie and Mosh currently on out laps. It's going to be interesting. Obviously, I think I haven't seen Mosh set the times alight this season. Let's see if he can put it on pole tonight. At any point, Team Red on an out lap now as well. As Sanchez crosses the line, improves very marginally. Where are we? Who is on a lap? Truck Fireman. Going very slow, probably coming for an in lap now. So is Sanchez. Who's the first one to set a lap? Sen has left the session again. So obviously some connection issues for Sen. His Wi-Fi wasn't looking too great sitting in the lobby. James Nay's invalidated. CDM now coming out. Let's stick with Hawkpie as he comes through turn 1. Is it a beautiful line? Could have got a bit closer to the apex, but still a good line from Hawkpie through there. As we come up to the X sections, I'm not really sure what the corner names are around Suzuka. As he set a purple sector 1, can he get a nice line through this corner? Very easy to invalidate, almost does. But that was right on the limit there for Hawkpie, as he doesn't invalidate, but he was very close to doing so. 8 minutes left to qualify. So it's going to be interesting to see where we go from here. Sen has joined again. Obviously, the league rules are if you are not in the session before we start, you cannot join due to it causing glitches. But if you are already in the session and you disconnect, you can then join back, as it doesn't create a glitch for some reason. Not sure why, it's just the game. But Hawkpie looks like he's going to set a great time. Puts his car in P2. Not quite provisional pole, but he's not far off. He could make up that time in a couple of corners, especially turn 1. So if he can get it right, then we could see him on pole, unless James Nay can improve his time again. He does. It's a 1:30.4 now. Extra breathing space for James Nay. Is that going to help him? I mean, probably will. Who have we got on a lap? We got CDM. I think he's on a time lap. Yeah, he is. He loses the rear end coming out of that corner again. Doesn't spin though. This time he manages to catch it. So I don't think he's got the best suspension set up for this track. Just based on that corner alone. Coming into the hairpin, nice line, was to take it nice and wide, does so, wants to keep the car to the right around here. Is that Alfa Romeo going to get out the way? He does pull to the left to get out the way. CDM taking the long route. What? That was very close from CDM. CDM's lost it on the curb as well, so this is going to be a slow bank lap if he doesn't get stuck in the gravel. I haven't seen anyone beached on stream yet. Let's go back to King James as he's going to come across the line now. His sector 2 is a 1:13. It's looking like a decent lap. Not enough for pole, but it is good enough for P2. So Hawkpie has now been dropped to the second row of the grid. King James and James Nay sitting pretty in 1 and 2 at the minute. Sen is on an outlap. Team Red 9 seconds down. That's about a spin's worth. I wonder if he's had a spin. His ERS lights are flashing, so he's obviously not on a lap. He could be doing a second out lap, who knows. But CDM in the pit again. Marsh on an outlap. That Red Bull looking very nice with the new update.
Stop watching my laps, man.
Well, your laps provide entertainment, CDM. Right, and there's no one else on a lap. Or King James, who is on an in lap by the seams of things, because the DRS light is on. We got Sen on an out lap. We got Truck Fireman on an out lap. Kevin Budd on an out lap. Mosh on an out lap. Who looks the closest to crossing the line? I think it's King James, but he's in the pits, isn't he? So it's going to be Seddon, the next one to start a lap. It starts with a great view. Very plain helmet for Seddon. I thought he'd be, you know, a proper like artiste kind of thing. Can't really see his lines through turn 1. Takes it very deep into turn 2. It's gonna lose him a bit of time, but if he can carry the speed through the S section better than he did last lap, or the last lap we saw, then there's always room for improvement. It's looking a lot better now. Doesn't lose. Oh, he lost the rear end like CDM, and that's his front wing gone. Unfortunate there, and that was a reset to track as well. Right, okay. Kevin Budd doesn't invalidate. He is on a lap. We haven't seen much of Kevin really in qualifying. That Ferrari is looking stinking at the minute. A lot of dirt. Let's just keep an eye on Kevin Budd's time. His last lap was a 1:41, so it's a very slow banker lap. Let's see if he can improve it this time. Sen has left the session again. Again, I don't know if that's internet or this part he's just left. We'll find out if he joins again. But as we come into the hairpin, almost going on the grass, Kevin Budd there. Using the number 2 number, James Nay uses that as well. Obviously, hopefully he can get his Discord sorted so we can actually ask him to select a number. But coming down a long straight now. I wonder how much drag. I wonder what setups these guys are using. He's 9 seconds improvement at the minute from Kevin Budd as he comes into the penultimate corner. Obviously, I'm classing that last corner as like the bend is still a corner. As he comes across the line with a 1:32.1, much better from him this time, as he goes 8th place in that Ferrari, as Mosh comes across the line to set another. I think he's just starting his lap. Who have we got crossing the line next? I believe that would be Hawk Pie, but he is on an out lap. So Genserino, he's on a lap. Is he? No, he's not. Looks like he's out of fuel. Team Red, currently 9,000 up on his time, is looking to improve his lap. And the fact he's up means there's a good sign that he is on the lap. As he comes into the spoon corner, so Seddon has joined again. This is gonna be unfortunate. And that's a purple sector 2 there for Team Red. As we come up to the penultimate corners, it's looking decent. Team Red has improved massively this season. I don't know if it's the new cars. He has improved, and he's gone P2. Team Red sitting in P2. What a lap from Team Red. As we have, let's have a look at CDM's invalidated again. Probably another spin. Hawk Pie. Let's have a look at Hawk Pie as he comes through. Well, he's coming through sector 1 at the minute. So the fast right hand. Let's see how he manages that. There's no braking boards anymore. They've still got the ones on the barriers up, so he manages to get his breaking point right, at least for that corner, and he set a purple sector 1 around the hairpin nice and quickly. Wants to keep the car to the right for the fastest time, but he doesn't do that, comes out to the left. So obviously you want to take the shortest line to the finish line in qualifier, not the racing line. Could have got a bit closer to the curb, opts not to. He's going to pull the car over to the left. Again, quickest line. As he comes up to 130R, he gets on the grass a little bit. Nice line though through 130R. Doesn't go too wide to invalidate into the penultimate corner. Take it nice and tight. And that's a nice line. It's looking like a good lap time as well. It's going to be in the 130s. And that's P3 for Hawk Pie. King James has improved as well. Purple Sector 1 truck. He was disqualified from the session. That's unusual. Okay. I don't know who that is. But don't think you raced first, so sorry, mate. Qualifying's ended as well, so this is King James's last chance to get onto pole position as he comes up to 130R. It's going to be can he get it? He is 5/10 up. I don't think that's enough as James Nay extends his time, his gap at the top with a 130.272. Great lap from James Nay. King James crosses the line and goes P2. He's only a few tens off. That's unfortunate, but we got Hawkpie as well, who is on his in lap. So it's just Hawkpie we're waiting for. And then we will be right, so that is the end of qualifying because there won't be another lap set. A few cars going around. And that's how your qualifying grid, that's how your race grid looks. For the start of the race, we got James Nay P1, King James P2, Team Red P3, Hawkpie P4, Genserino P5, Seddon P6, CDM P7, unable to set a good lap time, a couple of spins, Drunk Pilot P8, Kevin Budd P9, Mosh P10, and Truck Fireman in P11 with a disqualification. I don't know how you get disqualified on a short session. I get it if it was one a one shot. But on a short session, I don't know what happened. How did that happen? Unless he spun and was driving the wrong way for a bit too long. Then fair enough. I suppose that can happen. Yeah, I spun around and got disqualified while trying to spin back. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Right, let's make some notes. So we are just waiting for the drivers. We're just waiting for the drivers to select the strategy and their fuel. Then we'll get away for the broadcasted formation lap, not the whatchamacallit, immersive, just because it's done a bit quicker.
Every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's
So
race.
we're looking at
The
James
question I'm
Need.
asking is which teams have got it right and which ones have got it horribly wrong.
So predicted pit stop, obviously medium, hard, soft will last about 6 laps. Sen can't even take control of his car. That's probably because the formation lap is going. If you're watching the stream, Sen, just wait until the cars are moving. I've got a feeling it's glitched. This could be bad. It's glitched, isn't it? It is, it's glitched. So, again, classic game, lobby glitch, the usual. So we're going to give it a minute. And then we'll decide whether to red flag it or not. Yeah, come on then. Let's get the red flag out in the Discord. Let's get it out. Right, I'm gonna go and create a new menu at the minute, new lobby. Yes, please. Quit to menu. Please. It won't let me leave. Wow. Right, so I'll have to do this stream in 2 parts. We'll be back shortly.